Hi guys, my name is Tim McGuire. Welcome to my capstone presentation. This ends my MIT xPRO MERN full stack web development course. I'd like to start by saying the reason I took the course is to further microcode's digital transformation. The goal is to bring us up to speed on developing full stack web applications using Mongo, Express, React, and Node, and to follow our principle of code like a machine, be consistent and explicit, code simply and for readability. Hail Caesar. So to that end, in my capstone project, what I actually did was I decided I was going to try and do 3 applications instead of 1. In the end, I only did 1, but I set up the entire framework to do 3. The reason I did this is I'm about to turn right around after this project and put a full service merchandise store into my new website that I developed as part of this course, and to also set that website up to deliver software as a service to bring an old product of ours back to life from the 1990s. So let me walk you through what I did for my capstone project. I started, because of my end goal, I started by making an app template, not directly working on the bad bank application. So first I created a template called app name, which allows me to develop any 3-tiered MERN application I want and instantly put it up on the web and not worry about all of the containers and the framework, but to have that be done for me once in this app name project, which is up in my GitHub repository, which is right here. It is in my GitHub and it's available for anyone else to use. And it's called MITxPRO Docker MERN. And that is the project that I use to launch everything else. So I took that and then I took all the technologies I learned in the MIT course and I built this template. And then after I got that template running and I could deploy it into the cloud, then I turned around and refactored my bad bank application one more time using that framework instead of the ones that I had used 2 or 3 times during the class. Then my intention was to go on and do GetGrub, the restaurant application, but I skipped that because I spent a lot of time working on the template and the process so that I could use that in my actual business to make my merchandise store and deliver my software as a service. This is what the template looks like when it's running. I just took one of the class examples and I turned it into something that I could work with. So that app template has a completely automated CI/CD pipeline behind it as well. And in the process of doing that, I found out I needed to learn how to use environment variables and env files. It's something that I'm sure we touched on in the class, but I didn't grasp the meaning of it or the importance of it. So I rediscovered that in my process of making the template, and I learned I had to install .env into my projects. And then I learned how to create an env file with environment variables in it to distinguish development local host from the cloud server. And then I also added in some of my own stuff like log files and stuff into that template. This is a quick look at my Docker Compose file where I actually went and made a framework to deploy a front end, a back end, and a database. And in that template, I have all my env files being called out of an env file for either development or for production.